Hello and welcome to the Completion Progress Block plugin overview video. The Completion Progress Block provides a great time management tool for students to use within your courses. With this block installed, students are provided with a color-coded visual representation of activities and resources that need to be completed within a specific course. The block will consider all course activities and resources that have activity completion criteria defined. The great thing about the block is that it can also be used outside of the course context. By adding the block to the default dashboard page, students can see a combined view of their progress from with all their enrolled courses in which this block has been added to. The block also serves a great purpose for teachers as it provides them with an overview page allowing them to see the progress of their enrolled students in their courses and helping to determine which students may be at risk. Now that you're familiar with what the block does, let's go ahead and explore the block's usage from the administrative and student perspectives. Let's first explore the site-level settings that are available to site administrators by navigating into the Site Administration menu and clicking the Plugins tab. Scroll down to find the Block section and click the Completion Progress link within this section. This page will display all the global settings that are available for the block's default behavior across your site. The first setting, labeled When Wrapping Limit Rows To, allows you to define how long the completion bars will be before wrapping takes place. For simplicity, we recommend leaving this at the default setting of 16. The next setting, labeled Default Presentation for Long Bars, determines the presentation style for long completion bars. You can choose to squeeze all segments, wrap all segments, or allow for a scrolling bar to be displayed. The course name to show on dashboard setting determines which format the course name will be displayed in when the block is added to the user's dashboard page. You can choose to either display the course full name or the course short name. The four color settings below indicate the color mappings for different scenarios that may occur. The default colors are red, blue, yellow, and green. However, you can choose to update these default color mappings to be unique to your organization's branding. The Show Inactive Students in Overview checkbox determines whether inactive students will be displayed in the block's overview page when viewed by the teachers. If this checkbox is unchecked, then these inactive students will not be considered within the overview page. The Show Students Last in Course Time in Overview setting determines whether students' last course time will be displayed in the overview page. Otherwise, if unchecked, then this statistic will be omitted. The Force Icons in Progress Bar setting determines whether the icons will be displayed within the progress bars. Otherwise, the icons will be omitted. Now that you're familiar with the global settings available to site administrators, let's go ahead and switch over to our teacher perspective and navigate into a test course. In this course, we have already gone ahead and set up some activities and resources with activity completion criteria defined. Let's go ahead and turn editing mode on and add the completion progress block to the course page. You will notice that only the activities and resources that have activity completion criteria associating with them will be considered by the block. From the teacher and administrative roles, we can click the Overview of Students button displayed within the block to view the overview page. This page will provide a list of enrolled students, including inactive students if the global settings permit so. Furthermore, the block can also display the student's last course time if the global settings permit so. The icons displayed in the progress bars are also determined by the global settings that we looked at earlier. The block will display the student's overall progress percentage in the course based on the number of activities completed and the number of activities considered by the block. The Role drop-down selector allows you to filter the table overview data based on a specific role, with the student role being the default role pre-selected. And, by using the checkboxes, you can choose to select multiple students and either send a bulk message or add a note using the With Selected Users drop-down action. As the teacher, you can customize this block specifically for this course by configuring it. You can choose to display the order in which the completion bars appear, either by using the expected completion date or the ordering in which they appear on the course page. If the time using expected completed on date option is selected, then activities with an earlier expected completion date will be displayed leftmost in the block. You can choose to update the presentation for long bars via the How to Present Long Bars setting, which will override the global setting we looked at earlier. Using the Show Percentage to Students setting, you can choose to display the overall completion percentage of activities to users within the block if set to Yes. Using the alternative title, you can choose to provide a custom title for the block to be used instead of the default completion progress title. Finally, you can define which activities you wish for the block to consider. By default, as we mentioned earlier, the block will consider all activities with activity completion criteria defined. However, if you wish to only use a subset of these activities, then you can set this option to Selected Activities and control-click the specific activities that you wish the block to consider. Switching over to the student's perspective, you will notice that the block appears quite similar to the administrative perspectives, but it will be missing the Overview of Students button. The students can see an overview of their activities and hover over the activity progress bars for further details. Clicking the progress bar will direct the student to that specific activity page. If the activity has an expected completion date defined in the activity completion criteria, then this will also be displayed to the user. Switching back to our administrator perspective, let's add this block to the default dashboard page by navigating into the admin dashboard, going into the theme design section, and clicking the default dashboard tile. After turning editing mode on, let's add the completion progress block to the page and reset the dashboard for all our users. From the student perspective, when we view the dashboard page, you will notice that the block appears quite similar to the course perspective of the block, but will display an entry for each course that the user is enrolled in that contains the completion progress block. If the completion progress block is not added to that specific course, then it will not be considered by the dashboard block. Furthermore, the course short name or the course full name will be displayed to the user depending on the global settings indicated earlier in this video. Thank you for watching the Completion Progress Block Plugin Overview video. We hope that you now have a more comfortable understanding of how this plugin operates.